Coming through with the strength in you. Dun 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 dun. Coming through with the strength in you. Yeah, you. Hey, coming through with the strength in you. What it do, boo? Coming through with the strength in you. You made it. Good job. Strength in you. Coming through. Strength in you. Coming through. Hey, boo. Good morning. Happy Monday, y'all. Happy Monday. We done made it through the weekend. Another opportunity to do it again, to try again, to learn again, to grow again, to experience again. All the things we get to do again because we woke up. God is good, right? Here I am. It's your girl, Strength in the building. And we are talking about boundaries, okay? When boundaries make you uncomfortable, or make people uncomfortable more specifically. They don't necessarily make you uncomfortable when you set them, but when people hear them, they get uncomfortable. And it's for different reasons. It's because boundaries mean accountability. And we know that a lot of people are not there yet. But before we get into topic, I have some things we need to catch up on because again, education is where it's at and when you know better, you get to do better. So we're about to raise a little awareness because again, we wouldn't wish stroke on anyone. So it's important that you know acronyms so that you can live better and do better and make better decisions in the world. So here we are. The very first thing we're going to talk about today is keeping track and being faster. What does that mean to you and for you? Well, track, TRACK. Yeah, you can go run around a track. That'll help your heart. Great, great, great run. But no, track is one, first and foremost, T. Take your meds. I know this from experience. I didn't know that medicine was trial and error, so I was not taking my meds because they kept switching my meds. Didn't take them, had a stroke. So that was only part of the reason, but I'm telling you because again, prevention is key. So take your meds that are regular exercise, okay? Regularly exercise. 20 minutes a day can keep a heart attack away. It's the little things that add up to be monumental that can change your life. So that is what the R is all about. So remember, take your meds, regularly exercise, okay? Then the A, add more healthy foods to your diet. Processed foods and GMOs and all those things, canned goods, have extra salts and additives. So it's important that you add more healthy things to your diet on purpose with purpose so that you can be intentional about how you want to live. And then the C, check your ABCs. What is that? That is your ABCs, your blood, I mean, that is your A1C, your blood pressure, and your cholesterol. Those three things are at the top for diabetes, for heart disease, heart attacks, and stroke. So again, add more healthy foods to your diets and check your ABCs. And then the K is to kick the smoking habit. Okay, no judgment here, but cigarettes, um, they constrict the vessels. So if you can help it, be intentional about at least trying to slow down. And when you slow down and you practice that for 30 days, eventually it becomes second nature and you will kick that smoking habit. So again, keep track of yourself. Take your meds, regular exercise, add more healthy foods to your diets. Check your ABCs, A1C, blood pressure, and cholesterol, and also kick the smoking habits. Okay, that is one way to decrease your numbers if you are dealing with diabetes or high sugars or just anything that's not of benefit to your body. Keep track of you because you are important. And then of course, we cannot forget to talk about be faster. What does that mean? Be faster, quick, right? Yes, that means balance. Okay, this is stroke awareness and prevention. If you notice somebody's balance, they haven't been drinking, but they balance just shift automatically and they hit the floor or it's wobbly and it's different. Just pay attention to people. So B is balance. The E is eyes. They can't focus on you. The eyes keep veering off, and it's kind of a scan of the room where they can't process what they're looking at. So that's extremely important as well. So balance, as the F is face. Your face starts to droop, and it's not always these signs, guys. Remember that. Keep that in mind. What's for one person won't be for the other person. You may experience, like I did, severe headaches on a regular basis. That's telling you something about your blood pressure. So go get that checked out. Balance, eyes, face, and then arm. The arm gets flaccid, like it has no muscles. So pay attention to their arm. If you ask them to raise their arm but they can't, it's probably something that's dealing with a neurological problem. So you want to look into that. Balance, eyes, face, arm. The S is speech. The speech gets slurred, or you ask them to say your name or ask them what's their name and they can't get it out. Speech, okay? The T means time. That means it is time for the ER. That's what the emergency room, the ER on fast and faster. So balance, eyes, face, arms, speech, time, emergency room. These are all things that are prevention keys. And then last but not least, we cannot forget to talk about 988, because people have been walking around sad and depressed and wanting to unalive themselves. But I want you to live longer because you have purpose. If you're still breathing, that means you got something to do. So you can text or call 988 or get online 988lifeline.org and reach out, because you're not alone. You don't have to do life alone. There is many resources out there if you take heed to these type of things and get the help that you need, because we want you here on purpose with purpose. We love you and you need to live. And if you're going through something that some just don't understand, reach out to the people in 988. They are trained to deal with whatever it is that you're going through. But don't stop fighting for you, because all these things is to save your life. Keep track of yourself. Be faster in your life and others. And again, use 988 for the resources, because mental health is real and you're not weak if you need help. So don't ever think that. That's even setting a boundary for yourself, knowing that you are worth getting the help and support that you need. So don't feel like you are um, you're dumb, or that it's not for black people, because I was told stuff like that growing up. Everybody needs somebody, and know that we have plenty of resources out here for you. Now, another resource I'm going to talk about is the SAMHSA, which is the Drug and Alcohol Hotline. A lot of us deal with things, and again, there is no judgment, but I want to be able to give you the resources that you need so you can get through and always push through with the strength in you, because again, it's you versus you. So if you're dealing with drugs and alcohol and it's been messing with your family, messing with your life, and just messing with you as an individual, please don't hesitate to reach out. The number is 1-800-622-4357. Again, all of these things are here for you. Okay, I said a lot of stuff real fast, but these are resources that I don't ever want you to forget about. And if you ever need them, please reach out to me, because I will be honored and happy to pass this information along to you. Because again, it's the journey you want to learn from. So keep going forward. The more you do those things, the better it will get. But now let's get into them and let's talk about the topic. The topic today is when boundaries make people uncomfortable. Now let's figure out, why do you think boundaries make people uncomfortable? Because I figured out quite a few things that I think. And because I just know from personal experience, because that's all I'm going to ever give you is raw talk from what I've been through. But um, in asking the chat GPT, and I utilize all kinds of resources to figure out stuff. But boundaries usually make people uncomfortable because you're holding them accountable and you're demanding the level of respect that you deserve from that person. And those who respect what you're saying and what boundaries you're putting in place, they won't get uncomfortable. They'll just literally honor what you're asking, knowing that what you're asking is for the betterment of you. It's not a personal attack. It's not you judging where they are in their life. It's just you're no longer gonna accept what you don't deserve. And you have every right not to. Because when you're a kid, you kind of don't get at least for those of us who are from the old school, we didn't get to set our boundaries because it was a child should be seen and not heard, do what I say and not as I do, and all these other things that kind of trained us, if you will, to just accept anything from anybody because that's been our life. But after a certain age, it's up to you to put in place what works for you and what does not work for you. And the things that don't work for you, you stand on that so that people learn how to treat you because you teach people how to treat you by the things that you allow to happen. And these are things that I wasn't quite aware of until I started going through life and realizing people keep doing to me what I allow them to do to me. Whether that's in a workplace, whether that's at home, whether that's in relationships, whether it's in what you accept with yourself. Because again, we have to set boundaries, which means discipline when it's dealing with self. But when it's dealing with others, it's a boundary. And sometimes it makes people feel away because you're challenging them to be what you need them to be versus who they feel you should be or what they feel they should give you. You're saying, no, I know what I deserve. I know what I'm going to accept. And whether you like it or not, I will not accept just anything that you want to give me because you think that that's all I deserve. I'm not doing that anymore. And that is so perfectly fine. And so often do we get caught up in trying to people please. We don't want to hurt people's feelings, or we don't want them to be mad at us, or we don't want to be seen as mean, or all the things that people try to make you feel when you create real healthy boundaries. But no, you hear that word, healthy. Boundaries are extremely healthy because without a boundary, it's just like driving a car, right? If you don't have the lines in the road to tell you how far you can go to the other side, you'll be taking up the whole damn lane and won't nobody else be able to do nothing because there is no boundary. It's just it's boundless and we get to go as far as we want. That's the same thing that happens in life. If you don't put nothing up there to set that boundary, people will just go as far as you allow them to go. So you have to remember you're the one who set the stage or who set the tune for how your music want to play, for how your play want to run, or for how your business want to run, or for how your relationship is going to go. All those things come from the boundaries that you create, not only for the people who say they love you, but for the boundaries you set for yourself. And it's not easy, but it's necessary. And remember, most things that's not easy will be the worth of things. And boundaries are just like that. And if it's making someone uncomfortable, chances are that person isn't meant for you. And they're there for a season. That's just like people coming into your life on purpose. You know how they say a person is a lesson or a blessing. Sometimes it's just a lesson teaching you something. So if you set something and you say, this is where, like for me, my boundary as a stroke survivor, you will not call me disabled because ain't nothing about my ability this. I can do everything that everybody else do. So if you cross that boundary, I'm gonna number one express what I need to express. But if you continue, because you only get like twice before I cut it. So again, you're teaching people what's acceptable to you about what you allow. So it's important that you learn your own boundaries. Some of us, because we've been programmed by family to just shut up and do what they tell us to do and fall in line, we have no idea what we accept and what we don't because we really don't even know who we are as a person because somebody else told us how to feel. Don't cry about this or I'm going to give you a reason. Well, so it's the little things that happen to us as children, especially as a black woman. The household for me, they created the boundary of Black people don't go to therapy, or like I said, shut up, I'm gonna give you a reason to cry, or children should be seen and not heard, and so many things that was taught in the people of color community that went with us into our adulthood that didn't teach us to create healthy boundaries. So now some of us don't even know what that looked like. And that's why we lack in discipline, because somebody else has been disciplining us all this time. Well, they thought they were disciplining us. But what I've learned in becoming a teacher, discipline is actually teaching. It's not beating your kid, it's not forcing them to do what you say, it's not a dictatorship. Discipline is education, because when you know better, again, you get to do better. But if you're just telling somebody fall in line because you want them to, that's not teaching them anything. And that's why for a lot of us who are adults now, we don't have a damn clue, because we wasn't taught how to think for ourselves. We wasn't taught how to set healthy expectations, healthy boundaries, healthy accountable practices. That's an ability that many of us wasn't taught. So you have to be intentional about what you putting in and taking out of every conversation, because every person in your life is there for a reason or a season. But you won't know if you don't, I guess, test whatever those boundaries are for you, to know if that person is meant to be in your life. Because those who want you to just say what they want to hear or what's easy for them, again, they're probably not your person. We get comfortable with things, or we keep dealing with things because they are comfortable. Are they right? Not necessarily, but we deal because it's what's considered our norm. But is it right? No. But what is right is setting up healthy boundaries. Because in everything, if you don't set up a boundary, for instance, for your kid, they're going to do whatever the hell they want to do. If you don't set boundaries with your family, they're going to probably talk to you however they want to talk to you. Boundaries are in everything that we do, literally. So there's nothing wrong with having boundaries. They are important to becoming the person we're meant to be. They are important to us learning everything about us. And I think that's why by the time certain people reach a certain age, I think they say at 50 is when you get all of that in your system where can't nobody tell you nothing, because you actually know what it is that you want, what you're gonna accept, what you're gonna what you're not gonna accept, all the things. And so by that age, you get to say what you feel and mean what you say and give zero fucks about it. Okay? I ain't 50 yet, but because I've been through what I've been through, can't nobody tell me nothing, because it is, I mean, they can tell me stuff, so don't let me get say that wrong. What I'm saying is nobody boundary can make me uncomfortable, because number one, I respect people, and I've been through enough stuff to understand that we all go through things the way we go through them, and nobody should try to expect you to get through it the way they get through it. So whatever works for them may not work for you. Whatever boundary that they've been set may not be your boundary, but you won't know what that boundary is until you start, number one, accepting yourself for whatever it is. Nobody said it was going to be easy, but it's necessary in everything that you do. That's the only way people will truly respect you. And it's not always about like pushing people away, because that's not what a boundary is about. It's just about teaching them, teaching them. That's what boundaries are. It's teaching people what you will tolerate. If you're in a workspace and you realize they don't respect you, They probably don't respect your boundaries, which means you probably ain't meant to stay at that place. So don't be so comfortable that you just keep dealing with something that's stealing a piece of you. Every time you walk out the door, a piece of you is left there because they have no respect for where you are in your journey, in your space, or with your peace. Or they're not open and they're so self absorbed that what you need doesn't matter to them. But again, you teach people. But if you let it keep going and you're saying a thing of, oh, well, it's just because this, and it's just, don't put excuses on it. See what is. Call that thing a thing so you'll be able to move the way you need to move unapologetically, knowing that you're not wrong in setting boundaries. You're not wrong for saying, no, you will not get to say and do, or you will not get my full effort so you can just step all over me. It's just not. It's been so much in life that has programmed you, you probably didn't even realize it, to not create boundaries for yourself. And you realize how that's just tearing you up because people keep walking all over you. Well, it's you versus you. Boundaries start within self. What's acceptable to your spirit? What's acceptable to your mind? What's acceptable to your heart? If it don't feel right, chances are it ain't right. But you gotta be an advocate for you. No matter who the person is. See, we get so scared to tell our spouse. We get so scared to tell our boss. We get so scared to tell our friend. But if these people truly care about you, they not only want to know, they're going to appreciate that you told them, and they're going to respect you even more because you told them. So if that's not the case, reevaluate your circle. Reevaluate who is giving you advice, who is feeding you energy. All of that matters. Because if you got fake people around you giving you fake advice, you ain't going to do nothing but live fake and ain't going to give them nothing real. So starting you. Let the boundaries start with discipline. Discipline enough to have a boundary within yourself. I'm not going to smoke no cigarettes today. I'm going to exercise today. I'm going to be positive with my self-talk today. These are boundaries, but they're self-discipline that start within self. Because when you start disciplining yourself, you can have boundaries on the outside and people will feel that sense of respect for you, and it'll bleed into them, and it'll just bounce back and forth. But even in that, I will tell you to meet yourself where you are. If you haven't already started creating boundaries for yourself, start today. Even if you don't start within this minute, start today. At some point, figure out what you accept and what you don't. Because for me, I am no longer accepting what I don't deserve. And I deserve joy. I deserve happiness. So do you. We all deserve these things. But you have to know what you deserve in order to set the right boundaries for people to respect them. And they won't respect them if you don't respect them within self. That's where all of it starts. So boundaries will make people uncomfortable because they make you uncomfortable. But when you are honest with your boundaries and people genuinely feel, because you can feel when things are authentic and when people just saying because it sounds good. It's pretty on paper. But if you ain't walking in that, they're going to treat you just how you walking. And you're going to get to learn how you truly walk and by how people truly treat you. So if you feel like you're not being heard, if you feel like you're not being seen, if you feel like you're not being valued, appreciated, all the things that all the people of the world deserve to feel, it's probably because you haven't taught people how to treat you, because you haven't set healthy boundaries within yourself so that they can spill into other people and they understand you will no longer accept what you don't deserve. You deserve the world. You deserve peace. You deserve happiness. You deserve understanding. You deserve clarity. You deserve it all. But all those things comes from healthy boundaries. And again, you just have to meet yourself where you are. And if they making other people uncomfortable, so what? You don't grow in your comfort zone, and neither do they. And so they're gonna learn to grow by the boundaries you set for you. Either they're gonna respect them or they're gonna move around. And that's all okay. But know that boundaries are a great thing. They are a necessary thing. And like I told you, if they're making others uncomfortable, they're not meant for you. Not the boundary, but the people. People who respect you respect your boundaries, even if they make them uncomfortable, because they recognize it's not about them, it's about you. And if they love you, they want you to be okay. So set boundaries unapologetically and know if you're a person of color, which means it don't apply to everybody, but from what I know, if you're a person of color, you haven't quite been taught how to set boundaries because people put us in a hush hush mode and they told us how to feel. And then they told us what our boundaries were. But after a certain age, you get to make choices. You get to set boundaries, even with those very people who called themselves telling you what it was going to be when you was a kid. You teach them how to treat you by what you're going to accept. Whether it's family or not, remember when you grown, you get to choose your family. You was born into one, but that don't make them the ones that you need around you. They don't make them yours. They don't make them your tribe. That just mean y'all share last name. And some family you don't even share last name with. So that tells you enough. And it's important that they know that you don't play about you. They might play about you. But when you start setting them boundaries and you hold them accountable, meaning you dismiss yourself from those who disrespect your boundaries, as they say, you're going to learn today. You probably didn't know yesterday, but you're going to learn today that you won't get to talk, say, and do. Even as a person with a different ability, you don't get to tell me what I'm able to do. That's why they need to go ahead and just cut that word. That's my boundary for myself. Call me disabled, I ain't listening. You must not be talking to me because you don't know me. And so I dismiss myself from that. So anything that's keeping you at a standstill, anything that's not helping you grow, anything that's crushing your boundaries, it ain't for you. Let it go. Remember, if the boundary makes them uncomfortable, they're not for you. And that's okay. Accept and move on. And just to do a slight recap before we get out of here, don't forget track, take your meds, regular exercise, add healthier foods to your diet, check your ABCs, which is your A1C, your blood pressure, and your cholesterol, kick the smoking habit, be faster, balance ass, face, arm, speech time for the emergency room, and 988. If you're feeling like life is just overwhelming, please reach out to the people at 988. They are trained to help you. Don't unalive yourself. And if you're dealing with drug or alcohol problems, Reach out to the SAMHSA at the number of 800 622. No, I lied, 662 4357. They are here for you, honey. Until next week, don't forget to always push through with that strength in you, and know that when you're down, there's nowhere else to go but up. Never give in to giving up on you, because you matter, you loved, and you are necessary. Have a good one. Yeah. We hit you with that strength in you. We hit you with that strength in you. You get your motivation, you get your inspiration, you get the fuel to feed, hey, every nation. You came through, we strengthen you. You came through, we strengthen you. You got the fuel to do what you do, hey, do it true. We strengthen you.